I have to finish them. How are you? How was your day?
Good. I've done nothing. I have tried for a bit. I wrote that concepts. The songwriting's not going well for me at the moment.
I heard I heard you just say I cried for a bit. I was like, oh,
No, I tried. I think I said I tried. I wrote for a bit. I wrote that.
I've tried for a bit.
And then, yeah, so not much. Just looking out at gloomy, gloomy London. We've had like ridiculous weather here for the last
Uh,
long time. And now all the storms are coming, you know. That was all.
that heartbreak weather.
I mean, you said it yourselves. Oh,
what was the surprise with what you're wearing? I feel like you look fabulous and normal.
exactly. No, I just thought it would bring some people to. I just,
Oh, you were fishing.
yeah. I just thought. I thought if I told a barefaced lie that would drag people to come watch, then
There is 90,000 people watching, so.
there's probably 10,000 more than we would have had if I didn't say, "Watch out, what I'm going to wear."
A bunch of people just thought you were going to be shirtless. And I was like, no. Yeah, what the hell? What happened?
I was running drunk, and in these new like pedestrianized, they've got like you can drive down them, but they're also sometimes pedestrianized, and they look like they're made to be pedestrianized, not like a real tarmac street. So the curb looks the same as the actual drivable road, and the curb, there's like a small little curb. I'm about 6 pints deep, and Jason, my cousin, or Aldi, or one of them, and then just missed the curb completely and went over my ankle, and basically snapped all the ligaments on the outside of my foot.
Ooh.
So I've got a real such ugly feet. I would show the world how bruised it is.
You have ugly feet?
Mm.
Oh, that's sad. I have very cute feet.
Yeah. What size are you?
6.5. Oh no. And my toenails are painted right. They're very cute feet. I have my father's feet, actually.
His dad has got cute feet.
He does. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That's
Oh, no.
super painful.
I have been through many an injury, so I don't take any sadness with it. I have to wear a boot for 2 weeks. I can't play golf, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I can drive for that, and that's it really. It's sore to touch. It's not sore to. I can't really move it either because it's stiff, but it's not like sore all the time. It's like most of those injuries are just. It's just.
That's super frustrating. Well, and you can't play. Not being able to play golf is pretty unfortunate, because isn't that sort of like what keeps you sane?
Yeah, exactly. I would like to be playing golf, but fuck it.
Fuck it. Well, I'm sorry. That sucks.
That's alright.
A bunch of
Huh?
What was that?
I was going to ask, how are you? What's going on?
Oh, I'm good. I was just gonna say that a bunch of your fans were asking me how you hurt your foot, and I'm like, fuck if I know. Just FaceTimed you right away and was like, how are you?
It literally only happened like 3 days ago. And it happened at night time, so I didn't go to the doctor until the next day. To when I woke up and went.
Yeah, you didn't call me.
I should have called you. What do I do?
What do I do?
See, what happened was, this is funny. I went to bed the minute we came in. We were going to have maybe a few drinks in the kitchen. And I was like, this doesn't feel like your normal ankle roll. You know what I mean? So I went in, lay in bed, and someone brought in like a bag of ice and put it on my leg, but then I fell asleep and I woke up in just a pool of water.
It's like you wet pants.
Oh God, this bed was soaking. Looked like I weed myself.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, it was very
how long does that take to heal? I don't even know. Probably like a month.
Next day, I tried to step out of the bed and it was excruciating. So I just went to got an X-ray. There was no broken bones, but the guy said that I'd ripped all because of the. He reckons that I ripped all or torn. Rip, not rip is a bad one. Torn sounds better. His word was torn ATL, which is ligament just on the outside, just there, you know, like on that little bumpy bit.
On that bumpy bit.
On the bumpy bit.
That sucks.
What's going on with you in crazy, crazy, crazy America?
You know, it's not nearly as bad in the rest of America, except for where I live. Like, the heart of West Hollywood. It's weird, man. It feels like everything's pretty opened up in so much of the rest of the world. I mean, with like a lot of precaution and whatnot, but it's pretty weird out here. It's funny, you'll get yelled at on the street for wearing a mask, or you'll get yelled at for not wearing a mask.
What do you mean?
Like people, like, I don't know, Los Angeles just has everybody from every side of the spectrum when it comes to like politics and views on the whole thing. So you'll get yelled at if you don't have a mask that you're on around or something. You'll get yelled at, and they'll be like, "Put a mask on." And then if you are wearing a mask, they'll be like, "You loser, take your mask off." I know, it's really dumb.
It's like having CNN and Fox. Back and forth.
I know, and you can't. I mean, freaking yeah. It's interesting to navigate, but I think you made the right move staying in London.
Do you know what? For a while I was thinking, God, I'd love to go back. And now I don't. I'm glad I'm here. Because even Trump is making Boris look good right now.
Oh, man. It's pretty tough.
No, it's people deal with some of this shit.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many of our 93,000 people watching are Americans, but if you're American and show up, please show up. Young voters are always the ones who don't vote. So, yeah.
4 years, the last 4 years feels like the full 8 years. So he's had enough. He's had his time.
Yeah.
Go back running stuff.
Good try.
God.
Good try, sir.
Run a mile.
What?
He wouldn't run a mile, never mind a country.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason we're actually here.
What did you say?
What about the reason we're actually here?
Oh, the reason we're actually here. Look at my cute. I'm matching my notebook.
What? What's the red book about?
Little secrets. No, I journal every morning.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how moral of the story with you has hit 20 million streams on Spotify, which actually I found out we're 50 million across all platforms.
Thank Jesus.
Yeah, that's a lot. And we're like crushing. Last week we started crushing at radio. So
Just that's the last you say of that. Just let the
people call every radio station.
don't just yet.
Yeah, that's true. And find some wood to knock on. But no, I mean, it's really exciting. And I was, you're shaking your head at me.
You know what was huge was when Lewis's song started making moves before you go. I was like, songs are on the move. Moral is coming. Come on. Remember we had this chat last time?
Uh,
Talk about songs.
oh.
Yeah, and songs are seldom.
Well, I think it goes up and down. And I think that, like, this song in particular is, like, the little song that could, you know? It's like, I definitely didn't expect it to have this long of a life. So the fact that people are still, like, the fact that people are finding it for the first time, like, insane to me. Yeah.
Thanks for letting me be a part of a monster tune.
I have questions.
You've got questions in your diary of tricks.
My my spell book. Well, well, I was thinking about the song, and obviously it's definitely one of the most, I would say, like, vulnerable records currently
100%.
maybe out there. And I was thinking about, like, we never really had a conversation about where you came from on the song, and, like, how you felt, and, like, why you felt like you could sing on it, and how it would relate to you. And so I have, like, well, first I have, how are you? That's my question.
Don't tell me you wrote that down.
First off, how are you? How is your family? So how is your mom?
She's great.
Okay.
It's my grandmother's 90th birthday in 2 weeks, but I don't know if I'll make it home for it because of the whole quarantine-ness, which is a pain. Apart from that, all good. Yeah, everyone's fine. Just virus shit.
Okay, moving on. Savage. Family's great. Love that. Love that. What is something you've had to learn the hard way? Like, I was thinking it pertains to moral of the story, like relationships and love, and that song being like me having to learn the hard way. What is something you've had to learn the hard way?
Well, I think learning the hard way in terms of relationships is on different levels. You had to get I haven't been divorced yet, but I have had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? I think that's why I got the song. It came to me at a time when, yeah, literally the title had me already, because I was like, hopefully it's about a relationship and here's the moral of the story. So that's why it stood out to me. The lyrics straight away, I was like, oh, Jesus. It just makes sense to most, and that's why people are still finding it now. People are still going, who's that song? Who is Ashe? Well, get used to it, because this lady's a long time.
Thanks, Niall.
Yep.
That's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
I could have questions there. I don't know.
What'd you say?
I could have answered all of your questions there with that sentence, but maybe not.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Well, and then I don't know how much these pertain now to the song, but they were just like, as I was journaling, they were coming up, and I was like, maybe the universe, there's for a reason. So also, what are you the most proud of?
What am I most proud of in terms of what?
Just life, not career. Like, I mean, career could play into it, but like, if I'm going to answer the question, I would say something like, I feel like regardless of everything that's happened in my life, I've tend to let it make me a better human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like really work through it and find out how I can turn this into like making me be a more empathetic and accepting and loving human being. So
I think so. I would say something along those lines as well. Anything that you either think about it consciously, or you think about it or you just do it subconsciously, and then you look back and in hindsight you're like, actually, you know what? I learned a lot more from that than I thought I did. and maybe I am better because that happened. But yeah, like I'm one of those people I wouldn't be thinking that. Okay, that's what I need to do next time. Maybe you're different. I don't know, but she's like, but I think in you would look back at stuff and go, geez, that I'm definitely a lot better at that now than I was, probably because I did it.
I think you're probably right. It's probably subconscious more than it is like next time.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. You don't like, some people are like that, and fair enough. That's the way they work. But I would say of an easygoing version. I'm generally quite easygoing anyway. I would say, I mean, this is literally the least humble thing you could say, but I think that I've remained pretty humble throughout.
I did not mean to laugh. I just, because of what you said before. I would totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that you, I mean, I'm still meeting a lot of people, but I know more than the average human. I've met a lot of people with some sort of level of success or celebrity. That's a weird thing to say as well. Dig my hole. But I feel like out of all those people, you've always, you've continued to sort of surprise me in how humble you've remained. And you do seem like you're just you, sort of unapologetically.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what was the line that I always used to use? Or what was it? It's well, it's not so much of a line. It's something I always think. It's like, have I changed or has everyone else changed around me? Like, in the world, not my group. Like, I'm talking about just like people now, because society tells you that that person that you see on TV is of a different ilk. Somehow that's changed me, even though that's their perception, if you know what I mean. Like, it's kind of it's such a weird thing. Like, yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just like, maybe everyone else just sees me differently, even though I'm not that like different to them.
I mean, absolutely. I think even just in the last, moral of the story, the first version I put out really started to have like its moment in February of this year. And, I had gone on my first headline tour before all this, but I was playing 250 to like 500 cap rooms, What was that?
For the first and last time.
For the first and last time. Yeah, probably. And I mean, I was paying my rent off my job, but my life looks very different now. And I do think that there's a world in where other people are looking at me going, maybe she's changed or blah, blah, blah. But I agree with you anyways. I feel like this is sort of a random.
I know. Because like that, they don't know that you've changed. They just decided that you have.
Yeah. They've just decided that you're now more important than you were before.
None of your doing. It's
very strange.
It's such a weird fucking thing. Anyway, still, one thing that I still haven't been able to get my head around 10 years later is just like how that works. And I think that's why these conversations lasted 10 minutes, because it could go on forever.
Well, we don't know we don't have the answer to this like sort of conundrum. And I mean, you've been in it for what seems probably like 100 years and 10 years, and I've been in it for 8 months, or I mean, I've been.
Welcome to the world of the changed.
Happy to be here. You're gonna sing for us.
Next question.
Okay. I only have a couple.
I'm gonna play along in the background.
Wait, you didn't say. Oh, okay. So, what you're most proud of Is that you feel like you've remained humble?
Yeah, like I don't chase after the madness. The madness follows.
Okay. I love that. Okay, my other question, which I don't know why even I wrote this one down, but it is interesting. What is a relationship deal breaker? It can be more serious or less serious. You choose.
Relationship deal breaker. I have to like have someone that's kind of easygoing. Oh, if you get with someone that are quite jumped up and everything's an issue, like where we're going for dinner, it's like an argument. You know, like thing. Just by the way, where you go, oh, but it happens so much. Like you don't, we don't. I don't think we realize. You learn to deal with it, but why learn to deal with it? Just wait around for the right thing, I suppose.
Yeah, easygoing is probably the better. I would say, like any sort of like putting you down. Like if someone puts me down as like a joke,
Oh,
like
really?
you know how some people like there's really funny human beings, but they are funny because they make fun of other people.
Yeah. Okay. Like so, like condescending to the other person's detriment.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Like
Okay.
like if I'm the joke and you're laughing at me, I don't I'm not down.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I get pretty upset about that.
Right.
I don't know. I've definitely dated a few of them, so
Right. Well, then you've learned from somewhere. You're not just
I
making.
yeah, I've definitely learned. But that was a tough one because I feel like I'm like you can't be that funny if you have to be funny at someone else's expense.
Exactly. Exactly. No, that there's nothing worse. Yeah. It's kind of it's bully tactic.
Yeah, but in like a weird, they're like, I love you, but also,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I know what the silences are because we're trying to come up with an example, but it's one of those things that you have to be there.
I
Like,
know. I'm
you,
trying to think. Yeah, have you ever dated someone like that?
uh,
You don't have to say.
I'm sure I have, but I'm kind of one of those people that I don't mind being broke because I know I'll come back stronger.
Ooh, I have to learn from you, Niall. That's so good.
For me, I'm just saying, like I just don't, I don't that because those types of people they end up slowly moving out of your life anyway without even realizing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't write this question down, but I was gonna ask: do you keep your circle fairly small? I don't know if we've talked about that before.
I think we have like outside of yeah, yeah, it's very small. It's like it's yeah, I'd say there's 10 of us in it maybe.
Oh,
Uh,
10 is actually decent.
yeah, because there's nothing worse than when someone goes, oh, you know, when they just every time you speak to them, it's like, oh, my friend did this and my friend did that. Let's be honest, you don't have that many fucking friends.
Yeah.
Like, I have a small group that I could literally not say a bad word about. You know, like one of those. There's no one in the group that I could go. To tell you what, I wish we weren't friends with that person because those people that were around, they slowly kind of get moved. They just kind of move along without you even realizing.
Yeah, you slowly sort of like they either like sort of the universe sort of filters them out slowly, or you just are like, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore.
Yeah, like yeah, but it all happens naturally. I would never go, you're an arsehole unless you've clearly been an arsehole. But I just kind of like just let it happen, let it happen.
Yeah, but because us, yeah, because yeah, but I have something to say. um, yeah, because shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. I got so excited about saying something.
It's just got really warm in this room because of all the laughing that's going on. So
I'm,
I've just turned on a fan.
I've made you hot.
Excuse me?
I'm trying to figure out what I was gonna say because it felt so genius, and now it's gone. Well, that's
Why
that.
would this thing turn on? Oh, that's number 9. That's number 8. Look at this fancy schmancy thing. Look.
Is yours gone?
Yes, I'm going to get another one now.
Okay.
I was
Me
just
too.
thinking. I was actually just thinking that.
Okay, hold please.
Hold fire. We've got 85,000 people, by the way. We've done well. We must be solving all of the world's problems.
I feel like we had max 80,000 last time.
Yeah, no, we had 90. To be fair, we've only lost like 7,000, 6.5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going back up as we speak. It's like, you know, when you start thinking about your heart rate, it goes up.
No, you're like, we're pushing energy towards it. Hold on, I'm getting another one. Sweetheart, would you open this for me?
Yeah.
Where is my, oh, the opener.
The opening spoon.
Would you like to say hi to the world? And to Niall James Horan,
I'll say hi as the bartender.
bartender. Well, Niall's not even here. We're going to really lose people in a sec if we don't show our faces. Everyone, this is my boyfriend, Spencer. Pop your head in.
I'm wearing
Hey guys.
He opens my beer because we lost our bottle opener, and I don't know how to do the trick with the back of a spoon.
It's like this way. I'm wearing this ring, and do the thing. You can like do that. Well, these are.
Wow. My last Guinness didn't have very much foam on it.
No, you're right. Because you poured it wrong.
No, I poured it right the first time. Hey, that's better.
If you're pouring out of a can, pour it. Just turn the can upside down and pour it in. The bottle. Actually, to be fair, it's not bad. That's quite. Yeah, but what? How much foam do you think there should be? There shouldn't be any more than that.
Like that.
You need to follow this thing on Instagram called Shit London Guinness, and it just shows you all the terrible shit pints that are served.
Mind you, last time I just drank one, and I was like, all right, it's 9 a.m. I should just, one's probably good. We're half an hour in, and I'm like, oh,
You had to do interviews the last time, if I remember correctly.
sure did. Well, you had some sort of meeting.
I did. Yes, I did.
Also, your meeting was with Amanda Sammy, who I know is here somewhere watching, and I feel like we definitely owe her a shout out because without her, we would not know each other and you would not be on Moral of the Story. And so, Amanda, if you're watching, I don't know where you are, but I love you and thanks.
She's in there. She said she's wearing her t-shirt. Her Ashe and Niall Moral of the Story t-shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. That's what I thought you were going to wear. And I was like, oh, funny.
I can get it if you want.
No. I actually didn't know. I didn't know if you had gotten it or not.
Oh, yeah. I've got the that one and the song for the new one, or the song for the new one. Cool.
But we're not to plug. Oh, Budweiser. Niall plus Budweiser equals heart.
Who said that? Budweiser.
Budweiser. Sorry, Budweiser. I'm not drinking Budweiser. Are you drinking a Budweiser?
Beer war in a second. All the Instagram accounts will be on fighting with each other. Guinness and Budweiser went head to head on Instagram.
Yeah, let's get Guinness on here in a sec.
Love Bud.
What was I gonna say?
Have you got any more questions from your book of tricks?
From my spell book? What? Oh, I did. Hold on. I didn't write it down, but I had it.
An idea when you're finished yours. I found this. I've got this box of cards. It's a game called Icebreaker.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think mine was I think it was another one like something to do with like what you because Moral of the Story is a song about making a mistake and then going, well, all right, I'm better for it. And I've learned from it and all the rest. So like sort of along the lines of the same question of like, what is something you've had to learn the hard way? What's a mistake that you've made that's made you better? But then that's kind of like a specific question. So you also don't have to answer that. But if you feel comfortable.
I don't know. I don't know if
I've made no mistakes.
Yeah, I'm basically. No, I would say like musically, I've made some horrific mistakes that I don't know if I've corrected them, but it definitely has made me go, "Ooh, won't be doing that again."
Can you elaborate?
I mean, there's absolutely songs that I've written before, or songs that have been like released, or songs that I've just gone, "What the fuck did you do that for?"
Do you feel like it was from like outside pressure, like other people being like, "This song is amazing, you have to put this out"?
No, not so much. Just like maybe I thought it was better than it was when I wrote it, or yeah, stuff like that. And then you look back after 6 months and you're like, well, that was a big pile of shite.
Do you ever feel that way with stuff you're writing now, or like working on my album right now, I have like a couple songs that I'm like, this is so good, but because I know that I've felt that way before and then I put the song out, I'm like, oh, it was okay. Like, do you get that fear still?
Tell you what I've learned from this time was like feeling that I had about a song is not necessarily the feeling that everyone else had about it. That's what I have learned, because there's songs that I absolutely adore that I've written that I think are some of the best stuff I've ever written, but it didn't come to fruition. You know what I mean?
Would you put Dear Patience in that category? Because I would.
Yeah. I would, to be frank.
I think that's a genius record that should be number 1 in all places.
In all places, all platforms, all streaming platforms. No. I mean, you could very easily start to sound bitter the longer this conversation goes on.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean,